There's nothing more uncomfortable on this earth than a man knowing you make money and then treating you like an opportunity to save money.
Guess what, sweetie? A lot of men feel uncomfortable when a woman knows that he makes money and she tries to use him as an opportunity to live a life that she can't afford.
Oh, she's a gold digger.
I would rather they disrespect me because they think I live at home with my mom.
Your voice, it's cluttering up my space. Get out.
Bruh.
Isn't it funny how you meet any, like, cool older woman and you tell them you're single? They're like, good. That's amazing. Stay single. You're like, yes, got it.
Well, yeah, most of the time they tell you that because they don't want you to get into a relationship that could lead to a family down the line. Because they don't want you to have what they're missing out on in their old age. It's a misery loves company kind of thing, and it also goes to prove another manosphere saying, single women keep other women single.
You're goddamn right.
I am a 6'1" tall Swedish bearded man.
And I'm a 6'1" tall Romanian bearded man. Nice to meet you.
And I know that I have some sort of pretty privilege because I look kind of cool, right?
I don't know, dude. That earring looks kind of feminine, but hey, whatever floats your goat.
But I've been traveling in Indonesia and Asia for the past few years. And every time I talk to a foreign man, I tell them I'm from Sweden. They're like, wow, Swedish girls are so hot. And I'm going like, yeah, they're the definition of pretty privilege. Yeah, they're beautiful, but they're vanilla as It's time that the rumor catches up to the Swedish girls. Yes, they are beautiful, but they are boring. They're vanilla.
So basically you're like,
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
We need to get the reputation in order so they can work on their personality and become fun.
you know, dude, I'll agree that a lot of beautiful women didn't have to develop a good personality just because they're beautiful. But from my own personal experience, a lot of the women that could be considered fun also stop being fun at some point and start being major headaches. And a lot of men, especially the ones who have very stressful jobs, might prefer a boring woman who's pretty because, you know, they just don't want to deal with more BS when they get home.
I find it ironic that the guys who get upset about women having spicy fans accounts didn't say anything when it came to things like Playboy and Hustler.
Sweetie, get real. Those magazines are low-level milquetoast stuff compared to the kind of stuff that some women do on that website that starts with Only.
When it was Hugh Hefner running the show, nobody cared. Nobody cared. No one was saying, none of the men who are consuming the content, and almost 100 times out of 100 times, it's the men consuming the content that are the first to demonize the women who create the content and who directly profit off the content. These were never the same men who were criticizing Playboy or Hugh Hefner. They still purchased Playboys. They still enjoyed that kind of material, but they didn't have anything to say about Hugh Hefner or about how Playboy was ruining America.
Actually, a lot of people tried to get those magazines banned back in the day because they considered that kind of material to be harmful to society.
Or the family structure, or anything. So why is it now that it feels like women are exploiting themselves instead of having a man exploit them that you have an issue with it? A woman creating content and directly profiting off of content that she creates couldn't be more consensual. And you guys don't like that. Why is that?
Sweetie, look, my personal opinion about women on that website that starts with Only is their bodies, their choices, their consequences too. But what you and a lot of women in that industry don't seem to understand is that most of us men don't have a personal issue with what you do with your life. We just treat you according to your behavior.
What?
I mean, you don't use a hoe to eat filet mignon. You plow with it. And when it gets all busted and rusty, you buy a new one.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
So, quote unquote they say you're only with him for money, and the first image you put in this video is him spending $15,000 on you, and only after that you added the family stuff. Huh. Sweetie, I'm pretty sure they're right.
Oh, she's a gold digger.
And comrade, you better hope she doesn't divorce you. Otherwise, you might find yourself going from millionaire to might not be able to afford rent.
And remember, ladies, broke men invented romance.
Bullshit.
Nope, broke women with no dowries invented romance because it was the only way that they could get a financially stable man to marry them. You know, by giving him the I love you shtick. That and also baby trapping. And unfortunately, a lot of men fell for that crap. Dowries aren't a thing anymore, and broke women think they deserve to marry a man who makes 6 figures a year.
It's sad, isn't it?
So get the money.
Why is it always about money? I really want to know. So, for those ladies out there that are so fixated on how much money a guy makes above all else, it seems, why? There are so many other qualities that a gentleman can offer in a relationship, but yet the biggest factor that a lot of women seem to focus on is how much money a guy makes. Why is that? Shouldn't it be more important what type of gentleman he is? If he's kind, considerate, or a giving person. And giving doesn't necessarily just mean financially. So why are so many women focused so heavily on money?
Because they're broke, and they're either incapable of earning enough money to live the life that they want, or they're just too lazy and they want to leech off of a man.
Pathetic.
Which is why I don't date broke women.
If you want to date a single mom and you're not willing to stick it in the fourth hole, then maybe dating a single mom isn't for you. And actually, if you don't know what the fourth hole is, then dating a single mom really definitely is not for you.
Fourth hole? You mean the urethra?
You're kidding, right?
Stop it. Get some help.
Sweetie, if that's the kind of crap you're into, you don't need to be dating men. We can't help you with that. What you need to do is go skinny dipping in the Amazon, cause that way, you might catch the attention of a candiru.
What?
Tiny little catfish swims up into your urethra, finds a nice warm spot, spreads its thorny little spines, refuses to budge.
Ouch.
Have to cut it out.
What do girls mean when we say we want a man to chase us?
Translation, you crave attention and you need to grow up.
I made a video talking about how the only way to get a guy to chase you is to be his dream girl.
Yeah, but the vast majority of women are average, not dream girls. Dream girls don't actually exist in reality, by the way. That's why they're called dream girls. They're Disney fairy tales, just like Prince Charming.
That's it, because then he will. Then he will naturally chase. And somebody commented saying, what do you mean chase? Like, keep denying him and he keeps trying? And I think this is a great question because let's just like get into it. Okay, the way that I see it, it's not about like you playing games with him to get him chasing you and like you just don't respond and he keeps trying, like not that.
It's exactly that.
I think that men and women have our roles to play. And it's, you know, you hear all the time on the internet. Men are the pursuers, women are the receivers, whatever. You might not think that that's like the natural way of life. I tend to think that way, and a lot of people that I know tend to think that way. So let's just for this video assume that you do agree with how the dynamic of life is works. Following my way of thinking, if a man is not actively pursuing a woman, he isn't putting in the effort, and it ends up being her chasing the guy more, that is a clear sign that he's just not.
And then in this frame of thinking, women are the receivers, which also means that they are the choosers. So men are pursuing, women are receiving these like pursuing attempts and deciding which one of them they want to choose.
And after a pretty long word salad, we finally arrive at the point. It's all a power trip. You want a roster of simps at your beck and call because that's what makes you feel important and desired. And hey, whatever floats your goat, sweetie. But here's the thing. The men that you actually want to chase you, the over 6 foot tall, 6 figure, 6 inch chads, don't chase women, especially not average women.
And look at you. You're average at best.
Because women chase them, and no matter how you try to rationalize it, or how much cringe you post on TikTok, if you want a chad, you're gonna have to chase him.
How dare!
And sweetie, if you do manage to quote unquote get him, always remember, Chad's not yours. It's just your turn.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.